moment on this conference that I went for in Nairobi, when the South African Minister of Transport stood up in the gathering where there are political parties from all over the world, and he said to me, he said, I want to applaud Liberia because your election was so tight, hotly contested, and President Boakai only defeated President Weah less than 30,000 votes. And yet, President Weah conceded. He said, you people should continue that democracy. I was proud. I'm going to say anyway, therefore, President, we have to concede and keep our democracy on the path it is. It's something, of course, I'm proud of, and I'm happy he did that. I would praise him any day for that, because not many Africans can do that. Look, let's stop all these political norms. When people do something good, praise them. He could have stayed in power like other people. Yes, he could have done that. When President Boakai
on the 30th.
Geneva Media.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Can you kindly introduce yourself, please?
I'm very sure.
Can you look out, please?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Can you kindly introduce yourself?
Yes, sir.
Your name?
Come here, very sure.
Abraham.
Yeah.
We understand you are broken, but this is our responsibility. People are watching you live from all around the global world. So, what exactly went wrong as related to this demolition process that affected you gradually?
Actually, I got a place to sleep. And actually, again, sleeping cool. Cooking, and I got young baby and I yell my grandma, my mom, my little brother, and my sister. And yeah, but blowing out about and everything man get talk. What if we do the morning walk? Let me to build. It's very hard to build as a man.
So you were renting, yeah, right?
I was renting at that.
So the person you were renting from, what did they tell you after the demolition?
The man went, he showed a landing, he went to the car, he driving, he came up with an older man, you know, just yeah, by that time, the PSC men were around, so we can't do nothing to fight the tail and go into our hand. Yeah, so we look at that elevator and broke all the area down. Or we spend a lot of cash to buy steel, to buy cement, all that type of thing. And I take a day, what it take 1 day to break it down, and I take 1 day for the pull, they concrete it down. But in 1 day time, it got broken down, and then I get blowing my eyeball, and I'm feeling more and more pain.
When you say blowing your eyeball, what do you mean?
When I say blowing my eyeball, which means I'm feeling so bad. Which means my spirit inside me, you know, they'll say I'm walking, but right now my mind is very distant. You know, as a man, everything get talk.
So,
yeah, so things gotta swallow it.
So, Abraham, was there a time that your landlord ever served you a notice concerning this process?
No, actually, the person he came for the man what body the place here. He came for he told he said, "Come and break the play." I thought he knew. Yeah, he said you can't break it.
He came verbally, or was that communication said?
He came verbally.
Please look at us.
He came with Kori, you know. Yeah, number two, when they came back, they took some walk around the community and they were know themselves, looking at the place in there. At the end, he sent some people in front for everybody to read them. Actually, plugging and money people, so my police tear the people in front. Yeah, because they were in there last year, in case of putting a quarter, you know, see I go find play for you know, if I go be lame now, if I be sending for the fun food for your family. But a government, you can for government, which means take the law into your hand. You already feeling pain. They come and go for government. I am no more pain on you. Now I was to the station protesting when the police want to cut out and say, oh, why don't I block the road for? But when I want to cry.
Protesting for what?
I'm protesting because the whole thing here right now, yeah, I feeling pain. And the way they do it, and I give up money, and I give up nothing at the camp. They break it down in second.
So are you trying to tell us that nobody have reached out to you?
Nothing. Nobody have reached out to nobody because they never bring us upon a few. They say some point on thing on that thing. They say, but I put everything going. Yeah, I bring people in it. Yeah, so level they come get it.
But recently we saw some government officials. They were here and they come to your head. We don't know whether they give you stuff or not.
Prince came to our rescue, and Prince to a lot of things.
Okay.
Prince said, "Mommy, already happy. I ain't got nothing to do." Yeah, but the time I'm not breaking up, I told him in the car. I was again, alright. As soon as I tell my back, it was let's go.
So you say when Princeton come to your head, when you're talking about your head, so did Princeton give you guys money?
No, actually, Princeton flew off from the jail cell.
After you go arrested.
Yeah, after you were arrested.
Went there for your
he went there around 9 o'clock in the
night.
Yeah, because he said, my man, already happy. I know you're in pain, but you don't live for your uncle. You know different thing.
So where do you sleep currently?
I'm on Congo now. I just break my knee. I do everything.
So when we fall here, what will happen?
Yeah, most times I be there at S.
So can you show us?
So can you take us around because we have a different. Yeah, we'll speak to them. So just show us the place. Okay.
So we're going to see.
So we're gonna see exactly where they sleep, and you see. So as you can see where they sleep.
So this is where he's sleeping right now. So this is where he's sleeping right now.
So this is where he sleeps. As you can see on top of the place where he sleeps, you see how this place is.
So when you alone sleep here or you
when it get wet, you know the place get wet. I'm going to sleep here now. It get wet. Put it around me again. And they again the tree. I sleep now. I'll be there. They will let it break. And as a human being, when you see that day, when you go in the morning, you're full of happiness, your legs, your tongue, and everything. At least I was selling to him, want to do help our family. Because my hand, my phone call, I can do anywhere. I don't know, trust myself. Honestly, I don't know what's going to do tomorrow. All I ain't done it. I ain't take it. So I don't make my hand, my phone call.
So do you have a kids with you here? The children?
A kid, man. I'm a grandma here.
Okay. Yeah, all right. Grandma, how are you?
So, grandma, morning.
Yeah. So you're speaking to scores of media practitioners here. So Grandma, tell us what.
The thing that happened here, that put it in simple English.
Yes.
The thing that happened here, Mama.
Yeah.
People watching you.
Yes.
They won't hear from you.
Yeah.
You can tell the people that are watching, people that listen to you. What already happened here?
What? The place in my house here.
Okay.
That 4 bedroom. That right here.
Okay.
4 o'clock in the morning, we're sleeping. The poor kids. They call people we saw with the but I get outside with my clothes on me. They say, hey, people here.
Yeah.
Go low, that is your mission up here, they're coming. I don't know what to do. They think I think every little thing, I say everything. They think for an every carry. Now I get nowhere to step up. My children that we play with, I get 5 balls. They won't get your up there. They get your pass off. She chop her off. Yes, they can't go below the baby die in her stomach.
So
I mean she died.
So
since that time, we sitting out here, the people coming, get how you're coming. Plenty they coming. They told me when they talk, they go, they go. Nothing. So much the other children and they go look for a place for to go there. Now I get nothing. Full set to eat it, we not get late.
So our man, somebody want to know.
Yeah.
How all the horses and that?
I've been living here from 80 we've been here.
From the 80.
Yes.
So you bought the land?
Yeah, we bought the place. Yeah, down there. Down there.
And they gave a deed to you.
Our deed, we get it. My house, Papa they go look for a place. The Papa get it. We keep it out there in the fence. Yes. We get our deed. Get everything, Papa.
So before the poor king to bring all the horses and down.
Yeah.
They give any paper to inform you that we come and bring the horses and down.
That day.
16. So what name? Because I'm over money. 771. You have that can
so that people will hear you and then they come to your rescue.
Brother, I think I would say they couldn't bust the train now.
Yeah.
So I ain't got nowhere to go. My children are here, I pray where they can sleep.
So you too, you can sleep here?
Yeah.
So what the next you want to now? What really you want to?
They can help us, make a family, no problem.
So people not come to you here?
So what message you have that can reach out to the government?
Whatever, what kind of message? The feeling damage, man. So nothing mess out the government. We got a bank coming from us and we're doing tapoli. You can see nothing.
Oh, I want the bench and the other.
Yeah,
Tapoli for your.
tapoli. You put your knee
But
down.
no money to transact anything. No money. Where we go? No money.
So how long you been living here for?
Like almost 4 years ago.
5 years.
And you buy house here?
Yeah, I've been here something.
You bought the land?
No, I didn't buy it.
Okay. So, but
So how you didn't buy the land then? How you supposed to build house here?
Get a to somebody.
To someone.
the person gave you the land?
Yeah.
So since they start squatting.
Yeah.
So where is that person?
The person is living my talent.
Okay. So is the person a legitimate owner of this place?
Yeah, that can councillor, but he died.
Okay. Johnson.
Peter Johnson.
Okay.
Peter Johnson.
Okay.
I see they want bring the idea.
Okay.
So people been reaching out to you?
Yeah, they've been coming, promise, but no, every yesterday, someone, no, take vows to go on a building there, they get a small money, they can't give up Yeah.
So who gave you that money then?
I didn't want it.
We're saying who donated that money?
Who gave the in the horse there?
In the horse.
Yeah, they go to the people wow yesterday to go make the placard.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right.
All right, Papi. So do you have phone numbers? Or do you have any numbers?
Everything inside, nah, Papa. I know. As I come, man, the whole thing drop. I want to play away. Yeah, I want to play away.
So what's your final message? Maybe people out there, if they want to help you, what's your message to them?
But when I help, I can tell anyone want to help me, Papa. Nothing. I can say anything.
I got nowhere to go.
Nowhere. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Name again.
My name is Morris Bala.
All right. Thank you for speaking to the press. And that was Morris Bala. So we're still here.
But you not live here. Or you can speak to the sister.
Man, say your name again, please.
Praise Nimle.
Okay.
Okay, Mother Grace Nimle. She's still here.
Y'all help me. Y'all help me with my baby. Y'all help me with the baby. The baby not get food. Y'all help me with the baby. Anybody, why you know when you want a baby, can I make good paper? I get a baby to you. Be helping me because the other 2 children on me in the school down there.
31 42 83 08. So these are some of the
Demolished property.
demolished property right here.
Exactly, true. Exactly. So we see here, and she's willing to adapt, you know. And she was even talking about the preparation of the
Capital to petition the lawmaker. Could you mind telling the Liberian people the outcome of that petition yesterday?
You see, why I get problem with that? And we tell it lane for you. Let people know you didn't done. I help. Oh, my man, like, don't you worry on me, you know. April, May, I want my place. You call the government, you call the same thing, you know, you all can do the something around.
Of Liberia and George Ware, if you allow the opposition to win, you will suffer. The Liberians will suffer. Our economy hardship, poor will suffer, rich will suffer, every people will suffer. You see, all the 4 classes of human will suffer. We suffer. I'm not from Liberia, but that's the message of the Lord for the people in Liberia. If you put that opposition of Bukini or Boakai to be your president, Liberia will sink. Calamity will befall Liberia. You don't expect joy again. The name Liberia will crash. This person has nothing to offer you. Spiritual Liberia will die. The best man for this job is George Ware. Vote him and he will do better than ever. He will do better than his first term. And there will be total development in Liberia. That is me for you. That's what the Lord said. Go and check all my prophecies. I'm not boasting, but that's the message of the Lord. The best person to vote for that will make Liberia better is Joshua.
The war, they say vacate, AFL say vacate, February 3rd, and you are seeing February 3rd, 2026 days, the 1st of February. That's why we have come to see as to whether people in this community have left or they are still here. But to our utmost surprise, people who are here are no more. They are not many like it used to be, very packed. They are not many, but the entire buildings here have been de-roofed by citizens who live all the time here. So let's talk to our grandma. Grandma, morning. Grandma, they said the after tomorrow you also to go directly. You stay here and the whole place looking quiet. Why you stay here? You waiting for your son to come. You found play now? Oh, your son coming today. When you come today, you will find place? When you come, we'll go look for play. So when you not see play, what will happen? What you will do? What the next step? And the people saying no car will come inside here tomorrow and you stay here. So it's something that we want to know. You stay here and the air, the feel, how is it like, and how what is the feeling they are getting living the Rum barrack? It's Rumrod barrack. What is the feeling they are getting? You can see how the barrack is kind of very quiet this morning. I think the best people to give people notice in Liberia should be the armed forces, because when the armed forces of Liberia are having to come and say leave today, you must leave. And you can see for yourself, the entire place is very quiet. You can see for yourself. I don't think this side of the building of the barrack was not de-roofed, but you are looking at this building. This building was actually de-roofed by people who live here for all time, and you see how damaging it is. Took all of the zinc, all of the stakes, the wool that was being placed up there, everything was taken. According to information, they were told to do so. So let us look at the other building there. Let's see.
We're live on the radio, okay? We want you to share the live. This is the Prime Morning Drive from Prime FM, a Prime House on Benson Street, but we was demolished. Of course, we've heard different views. We've heard different comments. We've gotten different sides of the story. And so today we decided to come here tomorrow, provide you additional information. Gerald Johnson, when she came from England. So 40 years we've been here. Right. Drop a sound check, validation that the sound is okay. For those of you viewing us live from around the world, please qualify the audio quality for us. Yes, sir. Morning. Good morning. Okay, my name is Kelvin. Your name, sir? Oh, my name is Tom Clark. Tom Clark. Right. Okay. One of the most veteran person of the community, a grandson of one of the veterans, and I'm an administrator for my parents property here. And well, unfortunately for us, before we go to that, how long you been living? Oh, I've been living here since 40 years ago. 40 years? Yes. At that time you were picking here? Small child. I was 10 years old where I came here to my grandmother and father. So where exactly you used to stay? So you see the plum tree up there? Yeah, that plum tree. That's my plum tree. I used to run behind people there, and I still running behind people because we will not leave from here until justice be served. Okay. Yeah. So 40 years you've been here.
Right.
This year is making you 40 years here, right?
Yeah, this year making me 40 years.
Okay, so tell us about the property. As far as you're concerned, your property was demolished,
right,
and that property belongs to you and your family.
Right.
So give us a history about the property around the plum tree there that was demolished.
Okay, so what happened here is
your account.
That's my account.
Yeah, that's your account.
So what happened here is that my parents and my grandparents, they moved here when I was not born in the 60s.
Okay, sorry, we have to face so that the sun, so the cameraman has to come in our position.
In the 60s.
Here, come this way.
So I was brought in town in 1985, and then in that year, the Victoria Johnson, the owner of the area, because at the time we were squatting, my parents were squatting, and then 1985 we were able to do the needful, and we bought the land from Victoria Johnson when she came from England, and we had legitimate deeds for the particular area. If you see one of the
deeds, Victoria Johnson sold the land to
my parents. So we are not squatter. To be clear, we are not squatter.
And you got the deed.
We have the deed.
That means a survey was done.
Survey was done
by who?
The survey was done. My uncle told me about just forgetting the name, but other people kind of recall the name. But you are one of the renowned surveyors in the Republic of Liberia here. And then we came, we was living here, but the most frustrating part here is that 2020, there was an invasion that occurred up the road there, and then people, claim and they shut up people. Yeah, I tell you right now, people stay in court for that particular land that the fence. So 3 years ago, we saw one man coming here. This place is for us.
3 years ago.
3 years ago.
So all those years before the 40 years, nobody came here?
Nobody. We've been living here in peace. Satan community, we've been living here in peace. Nobody asked us. We have nothing to do with anybody because we have legitimate deed. But 3 years ago, one man came around here. For me, I'm not seeing him. He said, "Oh, we want to set up people. You should put your name down."
Who the man? What his name?
Oh, one Eric Nangbe.
Eric Nangbe.
So, but for me, I'm not seeing Eric Nangbe. When I go to work, before I can, Eric Nangbe will leave me. Community dwellers, we agitate. A month ago, we living all with the.
So hold on, because I want us to do it gradually. So right. Eric Nangbe came, you wearing here, right?
Yes.
So, but he met other people.
Yes, he came to the community, going in the community, asking people
from house to house.
Yes, asking people. He had agents. One short or guy that I don't know his name. Having people in here going to tenants. Say, "Oh yeah, please give me a name. Even Nangbe want to settle you."
Don't take my picture.
No, I'm not taking your picture. I'm going live. So that's what I'm doing.
Hello.
So I should put the camera on you?
Yeah.
Okay. Good morning.
Morning, sweetheart.
What's your name?
My name is Rachel.
Rachel whom? Rachel, how long you live in the community?
I live here for
long, more than 10 years, 20 years?
No.
How many years?
I only here for three. I can say 3 years.
3 years. Why are you feeling now? The people say you should move from here.
Oh, I think all my things go.
Okay.
God come first.
Okay.
When God come first, my life comes second. God will fight God and move.
Okay.
Yes, we live here. About me, I live here. You and live daughter. I can.
All right, fellow Liberians, home and abroad, it's a privilege again for us to be on here. We are so excited that today we have another opportunity that we can share our thoughts with you relative to what is happening. We want to thank you all. As usual, my people, y'all please help us do us a favor, hit for us the share button, and let's all of us have a wonderful time in our today's discussion. We are grateful to be joined by our brother, Leo. My brother Leo, welcome, sir.
Well, good afternoon from my end, Prince. How are you? And let me
Well,
say good afternoon, good morning to our listening audience via social media, and yeah, good to see
well,
you.
we are grateful. We are grateful that we are here. Why it is true that news from back home is not fine. It's not
Not
something
able to hear
to
you, Prince.
kind of like it's not something to
Let me get out.
embrace easily.
Let me get
Okay,
out.
okay, get on, good. It's not something to embrace easily, but we are here. But I want to welcome my brother Jake. Jake, welcome, sir.
Yes, salute to you and salute to the followers, Choco. Salute to everybody. And you have to share our videos. Respect to the followers.
Thank you so much. My brother Chokon, I don't know. Are you I think you are on the traffic. I don't Are you okay on the traffic?
No, let Choco park first. Let him park somewhere. We're not going to be racing nobody here.
Yeah, you're right. He has to. Yeah, we care about him man's safety. He doing plenty
Yeah,
things,
yeah.
especially of
He
recent.
will, when he
So
settles
want him to be
somewhere, he can
safe.
come back.
Yeah, sure,
Yeah,
definitely. I agree with you.
maybe in the next 5 minutes,
Yeah, take your
I'll
time.
be in
Take
the
your
bar.
time.
I'll be in the bar.
Yeah,
Okay,
take
no
your
problem.
time.
No problem. No problem. No problem. No problem, brother. No problem. So we are here again, my people, and the reason why we are here is to inform you about what is happening. And from all indications, things are not fine. The people will say things not fine umpa. We are not saying this like I always tell people. We are not saying this because we are excited of what is going on. No, we are not saying this because we want to play politics. No, we are saying this because it has to do with our lives. We are also affected. Directly, indirectly, we are affected. We have families. We have people that depend on us. We have people who look at us and call us to find out about what is obtaining. So when these things are happening, we come to give the information. Some of the information that we give, sincerely speaking, we ourselves will give it with heavy heart. But it is what we are supposed to do. So we do it without fear nor favor.
Prince, you can hear me. I just want to check my sound. You can hear me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you very loud and clear. Yeah. Okay. So welcome back. Welcome, Leo. Welcome. So I want us to begin with this. Our brother Chokon did a video, and I'm going to just play a few bars of it. But before that, I got an information about 3 days ago from Nukuta. And what this person told me was that when you go to a redemption hospital, if you don't have, at least it's alleged, if you don't have $50, $50 US, you will be down there for the rest of the day and nobody will even look at your face. They will just come and pass. They will come and pass, come and pass. So I'm like, no, it's not possible. What you call $50, you have to pay before you are admitted. So the person say, just wait. The phone is on. I'm going to somebody. And this guy went in front of the redemption hospital. And like he was talking with somebody. So he asked the lady, he said, but you're not still on here. Oh. What's going on? Lady said, my brother, I've been here since this morning. I can hear the people say, I'm gonna pay 50 before. She's a pregnant woman anyway, a pregnant woman. So she said the people say we must pay the first $50 before they even touch or a doctor come to see us. I brought $35. And I tried to talk to the other nurse for her to help me. The woman said, no way. So since the morning I've been here, I'm trying to see how best maybe I can see the doctor himself and talk to the doctor, but you can't even see the doctor, sir. The guy said, but are you alone? How the post say you alone must pay $50? She said, no, all of us that you see here, we say now us here, baby man there. All of us, the person must pay the $50. They say that new government regulation now. And the lady started to explain, she said it was free first. We come to redemption. So now we just pay like $200 or $250, especially those of us who get our cards. I mean our hospital cards. Once we come, we submit our hospital cards, they look in the book, they see our name. From there, they admit us when we go. She said the only thing we used to buy most of the time are drugs. Because sometimes when you go there, the people prescribe the drugs for you. They will say, oh, drugs not in the clinic, so we have to go home or to go across the road to local pharmacy to go and buy the drugs. But it not really used to be like this before. But right now, once you are a pregnant woman and you put that money down, forget it. They will not even look at you. They will not touch you. I don't care what kind of pain you own. You can be in pain and yelling your man last name. They will not touch you if you put that money down. I'm like, what? She said, yeah. But something happened. And I want to show this video courtesy of our brother Chokon. Chokon did a video right here of this lady. And I want to play just a few bars of it.
Somebody can go for it. No, you guys. It's not for all that I go chair. I have been what I was not saying. I have been Michelle. Oh, yeah. With the shot, you see people are all standing around. So, there's an SOS call. If you know this woman not breathing, she's not shaking, there's an SOS call. If you know, yeah, just please share the live. That's all you have to confirm. She's not breathing.
I want to stop this here. Our brother Chokon will speak more about this. But from information that I gather from around that same area, this lady wasn't well. She went to the hospital and they denied her. They denied her. Because according to them, she didn't get money. So it was in the process of trying to see how best she can get someone to help. On her way, trying to go to friends and family members to help, she collapsed and died on the scene. The hospital that's supposed to take care of her turned her away and said because she didn't get money, they would not cater to her. And today, she has expired. I want to hear from you, my brother Leo. We'll just take maybe about 1 minute, 30 seconds on this before we go to our main discussion. This is not the first, the second tier. This is a repeated incident. You can remember the lady that gave birth right on the road at Redemption Hospital, where women got to go around her, take their lapper and put it around her. According to the information that she narrated, she was denied because they said since she pregnant woman, she cannot give birth. If she paid $160, they will not admit her. And for real, they did not admit her. She had to give birth on the street. My brother Leo, this case of another woman who was denied, and here is it. Her life is no more. Let's hear from you, sir.
Prince, and let me say good day to my brother Detroit. Prince, this is so sickening, it's so disheartening. Prince, to find out that there's no sense of humanity in our people anymore. I mean, Prince, where else can we go? Even if you don't have money in terms of sickness, where else can you go? At least that lady made it to the hospital. One would say it should have died at home without making an attempt. That's a different thing. But she made it to the hospital, Prince. And then she was turned away. She made it to the hospital and then she was turned away because of, even if it's $1,000, man, come on. even if it's $1,000. And you see that lady, you can tell that she's been battling that sickness. But please, let me just, I experienced that firsthand last year. Firsthand. So this is not okay. My situation, I took a cousin of mine to the clinic, to the hospital, JFK. This is last year, around February, around the same time, right? Okay, we went there first. They started giving her all kind of receipt to go to some pharmacy because there was no drugs. And you understand? And what was she battling with? She was battling with what they call, labrador. Everything is typhoid. Firsthand. So at this point, because there are a lot of people outside in the hallway, so I just say, you know what? Let's go find another clinic, Prince. To your goodness. Upon my turning around, coming back, I saw this lady, pregnant lady, sitting down. Now she had been there for over 2 days, only because she cannot have it. So I took $100 from my pocket. Prince, that was the worst thing I did, yeah? Because when I gave her the money, then I started saying, oh, I've been here for so and so. Whether they were lying or they were saying true, the point they was dead. Almost kept at a hostage because why they couldn't afford it. And when I took my cousin, I said, let's go find a different clinic. I started feeling bad. Because how much can you go library, you're on a budget, but how many people can you cater to my brother Detroit? And I get out $100, I walk away, thinking I may have done something, but I walk away being the saddest man. Princess, our country for us. I am not surprised. I'm really not surprised. I experienced this firsthand in Liberia, a country where a George Manuel Weah was doing everything to make sure healthcare was the first priority. These are just a bunch of demons. Hello, these are a bunch of demons at the hem of office, and our people are dying one by one. Let me leave it for Detroit because really, I don't want to get emotional right here, brother. It's tough.
Thank you. My brother Jake, let's hear from you.
Let's elaborate a little bit. Because let Chokon elaborate. Okay, let me just say it short and give it to Chokon because he did a video. It's very sad to see as a Liberian. If some people are in position, they could help that woman. That the country will find ourselves. So, as you said, but it's very sad, very, very sad. Our healthcare system is one of the poorest in the West African region. I always say. And one thing I get to know now, Prince, election had consequence. Election. Yes. The lie, it has serious consequence. And it battling them today. Demolition, healthcare. Prince, let me tell you something. That because CDC now radical to do video on death. Prince, reality, the death that occur in that country on a daily basis in every corner of that nation. Like the Unity Party were documenting everything they had, that media all like going to every place, a surrogate. The CDC were doing it, presenting to the Western world. They will crumble the Boakai government. Let me tell you, CDC not in the propaganda. They don't have propaganda machinery to teach, to put these people to the same way they were doing the ugly things and presented it to the international community to make the Georgia government look bad. If CDC are going to play the same game they're playing now, believe me, please believe me, knowing one investor will not come in the country and we get the power, we get the serious power to unleash it on this government. Seriously, we're in a Western war. The way they were having propaganda going to, you know what I like? If CDC put all the armor now, it's okay, we're ready for that. For 3 years now, we're ready for the propaganda war. Every video we're carrying it to the State Department. No help will come for them. And please, let me inform these people. Let me inform the follower before Choco comes quick. It's so sad that I say election have consequence. Because you know, the latest statistic what Ngafuan lie on the corridor will come to it. It will bad for you here right now. You know, United Nations is broke. United Nations is one of the most corrupt organizations ever to grace the land. You know what made them broke? When I tell you something, America putting ourselves first, Donald Trump just withdraw from 3 areas from the Paris Climate Accord, United Nations. The 103 nations within the United Nations, they don't pay that due. Now, the biggest financier of the United Nations, that gullible United Nations, Qatar, that stupid, that woke, Secretary General, I mean nothing for the war, okay? Since he became a head of the United Nations, no, he never secure peace around the world, never, conflict upon conflict. They broke. Nobody paying that due. I just saying it, they must fact check anything here. United Nations, one of the most corrupt organizations. They crumbling all aside and they baking Donald Trump to tell you he marching. You also hear United Nations where if you have any United Nations thing in Liberia, they come in with joy again from Liberia. But it's so saddening. It's so saddening. As I said, election get consequent. But we'll dive deep into our lecture. So that Chokan can take it over quick.
Sure. And my brother Chokon, before you come, let me just start by saying thank you so very kindly for what you continue to do. Because when I see you doing these things, sincerely, I must say this. I get, I don't want to say the word, but I will say it. I get afraid. Because you are reporting the raw facts. You are reporting me the unfiltered information.
Yeah.
You are reporting it live as it is happening.
Yes. No editing.
And especially in Liberia, where there are few group of people who feel that Liberia is for them because Joseph Nyuma Boakai is the president. Sometimes they run amok. So when I see this video, I'm like, God, help him. But I want to say thank you. He was on the scene when that incident again happened. Gave us an overview of what happened to that lady that dropped dead. What is the information that you gather? What people told you? What you know? Let's hear from you. And before you come there, so fellow Liberians, the video is right here. Let me just play a portion of the video for our people. This is the lady. I'm sorry, it's very graphic. This is the lady.
Please share the live. Somebody mother just fell off and died instantly. Here at Fiama, around the old Kuwe Clinic. Fiama Community District number 9, Mosavado County.
Imagine somebody turn away from a clinic. Anyway, my brother Chokon, let's hear from you, sir. What do you know of this story?
Am I clear? Are you getting
Loud
me?
and clear. Yeah.
Okay, so let me say a pleasant good evening from my end. Good afternoon, good morning, wherever you follow us from. Thank you for always sharing. Thank you for your support. And so, in regards to that lady issue, there are a lot of them that we have covered, but let me do my submission on that lady sad situation. You know, our motorcycle federation will be going to an election. And so we had a very strategic meeting somewhere around district number 9. So immediately I got you with the meeting with my campaign team because just so you know, I had some of the county leadership. I had the 3 county leadership I sent for them because we are going to the convention, and they will form part of the delegation. They will be the one to make the decision as to who become the national president for our motorcycle federation. And so I doing my very underground campaign. So I sent for 3 counties, and I thought I would meet with them around the district number 9 building. So immediately after that meeting, I was on my back making my way to my home, and then I saw this lady lying dead. People around her, some guy they boom and they're flashing it on her, and they keep calling the police. Some people are dialing the police number, And so when I got there, I said, what's happening? I packed the bag and I was told that the band was there more than an hour now calling the police. Initially, when they called the police, the first person said, in fact, there is no car. The other man said, no gas. And all kind of funny excuses, So myself, I sat down there, I stood on there rather, and I started to play some calls, to be here because see somebody murder, So I stood there and I tried to make some calls around, I called the Inspector General of Police, his phone rang, endlessly, he could not answer. Probably he still have malice for me, or maybe, because the country is so divided, So I called almost all the police authority I called, I could not get an answer. And so I asked others to start using their phone and I started sending the person, sharing the personal number with them so they can call them. Because it's about him, that lady could be my mother, she could be my big sister, which is an elder person. So I shared the number, the nearby depot number. All these people in government, I share their number, so they can come and bring the person they got to bring ambulance, and the place was not even far from JFK, So I sent some more motorcyclists there. I said, go to JFK because I called in the JFK. I mean, how long? They keep ringing, and there's no answer. So I sent a few motorcycles to JFK. I said, go there and tell people that there's a lady lying in Fiamma and she really needs help, So the guy went and came by and said, oh, the ambulance went to pick up somebody, and I only one ambulance again, So after waiting for almost an hour, I got emotional. I said, no, but I think the best way I can help this lady is to carry her life on my page, because this is about life. And people just sitting, and and the police got their own way of putting people in trouble or maybe implicating people. So that people fall off, and then you want to be a help. They will your fingerprint on the person. They want to start with them. Instead of you being, they want to rescue now. They want to implicate you and say you touch your body, your fingerprint on it. I see people saying all that. So I called myself. I said, no, I can't. Touch the woman to pour on because looking at my rapport with the government, I don't want to get in trouble because they go use that lady death and say my fingerprint on it. I know it was there and the rest of it. So I called myself. I didn't touch her. So what I did, I carried her live on my face and I started to make a call, showing her face, and the rest of it, so somebody can be of help. And then in that investigation, I want to know that she walked from JFK and she was making her way, around the Matari Bell. She was making her way around the Matari Bell. And I received information that she didn't have money. I think they said I think a hospital level for this, I think some reason, for some financial reason, he ran away from the house due to hardship, So she felt sick and she went to the hospital at JFK. And she went there in the morning to that night, no food. I think she was making her way back because like the story with JFK, when you go into JFK, the people can say the normal name for JFK now is just for kids in JFK, So the next thing the people will tell you when you go into JFK, your money gotta be before you be behind. So she went to the hospital after spending the entire day there, imagine no food and the rest of it. So nobody could tend to her. That's how she walked from JFK while making her way. That's the information I got. So carry her live on my page. After some time, I started seeing some, when I carry her in fact, I stood up there for more than an hour before I even started carrying her live. So when I started carrying her live, I started asking people to share it. Most of them follow my page, right? So people started tagging. I said, tag everybody, tag the Inspector General of Police. Just mention their name in the comment section, they will be tagging. I even started teaching people how to tag people, just so they can be a help to them. I said, tag JFK. If you listen to the commentary, I was the one speaking, so they could be a help to this lady because, nobody wants to die in that kind of demeaning manner. She could be my mother. She's of age. I assume she's somewhere around 50 or maybe 45, something around 50, something around that age. She's a mother speaking, looking at her appearance. She was sick, but that's a sad situation. I got emotional. I think if you look at the video, it didn't even reach 1 minute because I was getting emotional, waiting, the police come, I keep talking, I keep sharing, people who they viewing, the viewer keep increasing. But it was not airport, viewers viewing, people viewing. It was some people coming to that lady help. And my side was a friend, my rapport with the government. I don't want to get myself involved. Oh, the element tell you body that not the first man to tell you body, how the woman that can be a whole different body. So, but that's a sad situation, and she died in that form and manner. I the police, the ambulance came after almost 4 hours. The ambulance came, but she was already there. If you go to the video, any part of the video, she was always losing fluid. I mean, so fluid started coming from her body. She was already a dead person. Even though I'm not a medical doctor, from what I saw, it died so sadly. It was so sad. I was saying to that she got 2 cases in America. But that's a thing. What it means to see your mother or your family member die in that kind of manner, just for small money. They don't have money. You go to hospital, you spend a whole day. Who knows? Starvation could be one of the reasons you die. Besides the segment, you know what I mean? The entire day you spend it to the hospital. Nobody catering to you, no food. But that's the situation.
Choco, there is somebody, when I saw that video, that I recognized in that video, and I'm not going to call the person. They were one of the bystander, and I thought to call that particular person. And that's how that person told me they're living around the same area. They say actually the woman, she and her husband, they have had some issues, but she has not been well. And things have not been really fine. She was doing her business according to what this person explained to me. She was doing her business before, but then since this government took over, things just went downhill and stuff like that. Her husband left her and stuff, so it has not been easy. And according to, like you've rightly put it, what I gathered from that person, she went to the hospital. She went to the hospital, JFK, because it is almost like a government area. When she went there, JFK demanded that she went there and she was crying. Some people are sick. Oh, your please help me. I'm sick. According to the information this particular individual gave me, they said the lady was saying, I get my children there. I will call them. You just put me on bay. Let me be here. I will call my children there. I will be in the hospital. I'm going nowhere. I will be in the hospital. I will call my daughter then. They will bring the money. I'm begging you. You don't allow me to go. I'm not feeling well in my body. I walk from all the way via my area for me to reach out. Begging you. You just pull me down. You just give me medicine. You treat me. You don't allow me to go. I'm feeling too well. I will call my daughter, then they will come. I was not able to go to them. That's why I just decided to come to the hospital here. Then from the hospital now, we call them, because once I call them, then I tell them, say, to the hospital, they will quick, they will be able to respond according to the information that I gathered to, in addition to what you said. And at JFK, the guy then said, man, we're begging you. Sorry, but we can't do anything about this. Until you pay that money, mama, we can't test you. That's the law here. We can't test you.
They say no stepping, no stepping.
They
What
say,
did they say?
according to the information, this lady sat down at that particular JFK begging for almost about 4 hours without eating anything. 4 to 6 hours sitting and begging these nurses. My people are begging you. Yeah, admit me in the hospital. Once I there, my children will. You are begging you. Are begging you. To the extent the information that I got her, she was even asking some of these nurses for phone. Say, okay, you please give me your phone. Let me call my daughter. Let me call somebody so they can call my children. They sat down to that JFK and they deliberately refused. They said, no, we can't help you. So it was in that frustration, after sitting there for almost 6-7 hours, she decided that let me walk and go home. Whatever will happen to me, let it happen to me, to my house. On her way going home, she dropped, and that was the end of her life. She dropped, and this is the result. It's terrible. You know, it's this is I'm just my brother Leo, just take 30 seconds. Let's
Yeah.
close this topic.
Well, let me just first of all just thank my brother Trokon for what a job well done, Trokon. You know, that's a humanitarian. Prince, it's so sad that these days life does not matter. Life has been resulted to there's no value placed on life anymore. And what are the first responders for? What are nurses for? What are doctors for, right? It is, look, what we are trained to do as nurses. I'm not a nurse, I'm just saying, is first for save life before anything else, right? You have to save life before anything else. At least get out to the woman. Look, Prince, like you alluded to, it could have been just food that lady needed to just resuscitate her, just to revive her, you understand? But no, you drove her away. It could have just been water or something. Or maybe just get her to her, set her down, check her BP. Something could have been going on. But then, the same place you went to for safety, the people who are trained. So what's the first responder for? What are the nurses for? What are the doctors for? And the sad thing, yeah, Trokon, I saw all those people videotaping whilst you were trying to be a humanitarian. That's what life is for, Prince. It's more about likes, it's more about clicks, and more about video. And the woman is there fighting for her life, my people. But this government, like I always say, this government has what is coming for them. Because when you sign a covenant with the devil, trust me, the poor innocent people are the ones that will be suffering. Sad, Prince. But Trokon, I salute you, my brother. I saw in a serious country, you should be held right now. I saw it when you posted it. In a serious country, look, there are small things that here people will be given plaque and award for. In a serious country, a Trokon should be magnified right now. But once it's an opposition to this country, I mean to the government, forget it. But Trokon, thank you. God will bless you, brother.
And let me just play this before our brother Jake can just conclude from his end for us to go to what we are supposed to go to. I want you all to listen to this, my people. I want you all to listen to this. My brother Jake, it's over to you, sir.
Yeah, it's saddening, as you said.
Louis through audio, so Louis is with us.
Yeah, it's saddening. We cannot already helping. It's saddening and the follower, you please help to share the video. But brother, if Prince, I would like to share something with you right now. Tapping, a good to follow. For me, people that know me, I don't follow foolish people. I don't follow great legend. I would say this. Prince, it took me over 2 years in Europe, almost 3 years. I tapped into George, we are blessing. When I used to go to Liberia, I told him before what I wanted to do, but it left between me and him, when I went today, Prince, he plays that video, but inside me, I'm happy. Not for that video, for my little bit. So let's say, my good life. Prince, you see the paper? It's my certificate. I will send it to you. I'm a registered. I'm a registered member of UEFA. I'm a soccer promoter now. UEFA, the whole Europe. I don't know if I'll be one of the first Liberians that want to take these things. But I'm a registered now. It took me 2 years and a half. I'm a registered lesson soccer promoter in Europe. In the Europe that I live, I'm a European. Now I'm able to work with FIFA, agent all around the world to change the narrative in Liberia through the president to bring people to Europe now on my own account, on my own accord. So it took me a lot of hard life. I will be honest. Prayer people in the Republic of Liberia. They see what I have. Only majority of where people can get it. Majority. They can infiltrate into UEFA in different form. Where you can see the other one they are promoter for the one, a manager. For me, I'm a soccer promoter. So now I can cover the whole Republic of Liberia to scout talent. I work on it for 3 good years, so I want to share it. I want to share the good news with my brother. So I tap into George Weah. That's why I will always tell people the blessing all circulating now. So now, and God help me, it will be a game changer in the Republic of Liberia. I can put somebody, I can totally on my back and bring them to Europe. Nobody will ask me. I'm just find the rightful people that will be, I know the rightful people that I'll be working with. So I saw the team as they called me today. You know, they don't deny a lot of people. They called me. I know they've been listening to me for only palaver that I can be praising Joe. We are this and that. But it's a blessing. So I tap into the greatest legend.
Wow.
So I like to share it to the Liberian people, to the followers here now. I'm a member of that club now, the UEFA club.
Congratulations. Yeah. Congratulations. Thank you so very kind. My brother Louis, are you there? Hello?
Yeah,
Louis?
I'm here, but sorry, I'm joining via audio.
No problem.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we are getting you loud and clear. No problem.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we are getting you. Yeah, we
so
are hearing you.
Due to LDC, the whole due to LDC, follow come in audio because the whole place dark.
I know.
Oh yeah, the whole place dark. Even yesterday when I saw the invite, sent me the link yesterday. I couldn't join because current kind in there and it going. So I about to run down. So right now I think we need to get power bank. As I speak, I get on here because I need to be here to share some piece of information with Liberian people. My phone battery is 16%. Can you imagine that? But I'll be here because we started this thing. I'm in the darkness. I'm in the darkness. No current. I'm in the darkness.
Wow, I can see that. So we have to
I saw the topic for today.
Yes, sir.
I saw the topic for today. Let me run through it, and I will leave you. But before I run through the topic, yesterday I went to share some on this platform. It's been a while. I've now gone down Magni and Front Street, Magni Street, going down Water Side. It's been a while. So I went there on a Monday afternoon. It's like when Savior arrived somewhere. All these women, the girls circled around me with their frustration. I couldn't go live because I didn't have data on my phone and I didn't move with gadgets. I don't have a tripod, so I couldn't go live talking to interview. But I promised them that I'm going to find a time to go back. People are frustrated. While I was there, I saw what the two were talking about. I saw the arrival of MCC guys. But one of the MCC guys who came recognized me. So when you saw me, I wing my out to him, man, keep me on the low. I beg you. And they walk away. I saw how the people were treated. Thank God our president said we get still current, but in the darkness right now. They say we get still current, but in the darkness right as I speak. Now, that go through our topic for today. Nowhere in the world you can harmonization process or will add legislature being the no. That's where the minister allowed the Liberian people. The minister lied to the Liberian people. That cannot work in the absence of the legislature. That is a blatant lie. The two persons talk about, they were not really affected by that process. They were not affected by that process. But you see, how to lie. Those guys need to maintain their position. They'll keep lying. That's one thing. They'll keep their position and they'll keep lying. No way what happened. in the Assembly legislature. So before the guys go back to undo that administration process, they need to go to the legislature for permission. The legislature need to give them permission. Until then, you want my salary or your vote. Until then, they'll continue in that process. That's a laugh from hell. 1. 2. The current, why I said demolition that go on the country, someone coming from the blue skies claiming properties, who saw how frustrating it is. But I admire poor Jonathan today. Mr. Mark carry 150 bag of rent, but rejected the rest. I admire them. The people rejected the 150 bag of rest that he carried there. The people are frustrated. Their places have been damaged. They can carry 150 bag of rest. The people tell they hungry. They didn't tell they hungry. So I admire them today. They rejected the 150 bag of rest. Even today, along the Granville route, LPRC, and no one going on there today. Look at the second bell. You saw they were crying bitterly today. The army includes on the woman property. Apart from the barrier, the worker of say the who is not for the army, they include it. When they put the matter to the court, the sheriff serve the AFL a rate. They refuse it from the onset. After some time, they will accept it. But they didn't stop there. Before they carry today, they want to double the bar wire around the woman place. Where are we as a country?
Prince, I think he dropped.
Hello? Okay. Yeah. So I think he's dropped. Once he's here, we'll definitely be able to bring him on. But let's go to our brother Chokon. I want to start this from you, Chokon. Hello, Louis. Okay, so I think he's having some technical issue.
A data issue, network, everything.
Yeah, from network. I think so. But my brother Chokon, let's hear from you relative to Minister Ngafuan's statement. But before that, let me just show something here to our people for them to be able to see it. That this issue of harmonization didn't just President Weah didn't just wake up one morning and say, let's harmonize. It was a careful process that was adequately studied, that was looked at from every angle before that action was taken. There was serious consultation, not only with lawmakers, but also our international partners to look at the pros and cons.
Yes.
That if this is done, what would be the repercussion? If this is done, they study. You see, I am shocked and surprised that when this government boasts of competence, they continue to make elementary mistakes. I don't want to say they're making mistake, but it is intentional. These guys are criminals. So they behave like it is a mistake, but it is intentional. Because all of these actions are to keep the people under abject poverty, subject them to nothingness. So the President who they condemned and said he was a novice, he knew nothing about governance. There was a careful process to look at this particular thing called harmonization. When President Weah took over, looking at the deficit that we had, the departure of Omil, most of the construction company left because according to them, at that time that Ebola was in town. So they left. After finishing taking huge amount of millions from Liberians, they left. So President Weah took over a government that was literally broke. He said it. He said the government is broke. Madam Ellen Johnson herself said it on OKFM with Smith Toby. Said the brother country is not easy. things are tough. Maybe while we are speaking, I will look for the clip and I'll play it here. It's right here, having it. She said things are tough. People must tie their waist. So when President Weah took over, he met the ministers because under Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, all of those international remittance and every other thing, ministers were taking up to $25,000, up to $1,000 for scratch card. They're buying new cars and stuff like that. When President Weah took over, with all of the challenges, he said there is a need for us to do something. When President Weah took over, teachers were making $90 US, some 75. I mean, teachers. Doctors were making $700. Some nurses, they were making $250, $200. When President Weah took over, he looked at the salary disparity.
Yes.
He said, but this is unfortunate. You cannot have lawmakers taking huge amounts. You have ministers taking $25,000 to $30,000.
Consulting and all.
Thank you very much. Consulting and all. They're taking this huge amount. Then the people, civil servants, are making 125, 110. President Weah said, no, this can work. So what we're going to do already, we don't have money. We will start this harmonization by seeing how best we can harmonize the salary or standardize, in other words, the salary of the entire country. You cannot be driver at the Ministry of Finance making $1,000, then driver at the Ministry of Education making $110. Driver at the Ministry of Presidential Affairs making $2,000, then driver at the Ministry of Information making $75. So that process was to standardize, so to speak, the issue of salary. So it went before the legislators. It went before our international partners. They approved for it. They saw that it was something that if it was never going to be done, Liberia was going to collapse.
Yes.
Liberia was at the verge of total collapse. President Weah could not run that country for complete 3 months if he did not put that particular policy or that standard in place.
Exactly.
And that was how fellow Liberian, to show you this. Where is it? Right here. And that was how this, an act to establish national remuneration standardization of 2019. 2019. So it was carefully studied, passed into law. Lawmakers sat down, they look at it. There were international experts that look at this document before agreeing to what they agreed to.
And according to even the International Monetary Fund was beyond this something.
Thank
the
you very
IMF.
much. IMF were behind it. African Development Bank were behind it. Our international partners, they were behind it. And at the end of the day, we saw, after this process went on, we saw teachers that were making $90, some $75. Their salary went up to $150. We saw doctors who were making $700. The salary went up to $2,000. We saw nurses that were making $200, $150. The salary went up to $500.
And the lecturer from the University of Liberia, first time that history, they received $2,000.
$2,000. Some of these people, they were receiving $500. Some of them, they were receiving $700.
Yes, exactly.
And at the end of the day, when this how you call standardization was carefully looked at and implemented, we saw what happened. I remember before our brother Chokon came in, I was at the party headquarters, and President Weah was talking to some group of students who went to thank him after they got through taking their WAEC for the election. And President Weah said, my plan for you people, why it is true you can't to thank me, but you thank yourself, because you give me an opportunity to lead. That your money I'm using to be able to make sure that you people can take this was free of charge. But my plan is that no child after high school should sit down. At least you should find yourself in some kind of skills training program. If you want to go to university, fine, but you must find yourself in a skills training program. And government of Liberia must be able to give you some kind of lay padam. That was the plan. I'm not saying they say. I was there. I get a recording. It's right in this phone here. This phone. It's right in this phone. He said, that is my plan. That Ali will get set up a small thing for your students. At the end of the day, when you graduate from whatever skills training, it has something that they found that I will give it to you for you to start life on your own, for yourself. But right now, we are in campaign time, so we can't do anything. Let's wait after the election. But my brother,
Prince, you are backing on the KDF program also.
Thank you. That's the KDF. Thank you for the word. That's the KDF program. That's the KDF program. To standardize the KDF program. Thank you so much. My brother Chokon, let's hear from you. The government of Liberia spokesperson when it comes to money business, Minister Ngafuan, the message he reversing the whole thing called harmonization. He not increase people pay, he not do this, he not do that. I don't know whether he can sit in his office and just take a decision or just do whatever he can do. But let's hear from you, my brother. And there's something that they condemn, harmonization. But let's hear from you as it relates to the statement of Ngafuan.
So thank you so much, Sharif. You know, I one person that I've always found it difficult. Even up to now, I still find it difficult to believe that some of the guys already went to school. Because education that I know, I've never seen somebody with a degree or somebody that's educated that print their degree on their shirt or their uniform. And you know, whether we pass it around when you pass it around, you see master's degree, you see PhD. No. People who are educated, the best way you evaluate their education is by application. Right? So sometimes the person speaks, and then you listen to the person and say, the guy is educated, the guy is smart, and you know, the guy so educated, very smart, yeah. But the way the guy articulated, you know, I mean, that guy is so smart, that guy is educated. So that I know, education is about application. The decision you take, your IQ level, and you know, these are ways people verify or people, evaluate your level of education. But we have some group of people that brag about education. Most of them are from the Unity Party. And every step of the way, every decision they take, their output, everything they say, is always proving the other way around. Why would somebody like Ngafuan, you know, who claim to be educated? Because for me, trust me, I can never ever consider a Gosling Ngafuan as an educated person. My reason is just simple. His reasoning level, his articulation, it is just full. Very, very, very full. His articulation level, is actually very full, right? So I can't consider Ngafuan as an educated person. To be frank, Ngafuan worked with the African Development Bank. Ngafuan, I worked with Malam Salif as former finance minister. Ngafuan played with laws passed by a seated government. Ngafuan was one of those that access the 66 concessions signed into law. Ngafuan was one of those that have first-hand information on the laws that were passed. And for Ngafuan to go on the radio or go on a live TV station and say, we are repair the harmonization, we have, a law signed. For Ngafuan to say, they have, y'all can take because my background get it too noisy. Yeah, somebody can.
Yeah, my brother Leo.
Yeah, first of all, every time I listen to Ngafuan speaks, and it just makes my argument that Samuel Tua will be one of the best Minister of Finance out of out of Liberia. I'm telling you.
Yes.
Every time I hear Ngafuan speaks, it just sealed the argument for me. And this is no disrespect to the young man, because Ngafuan, by the way, newsflash, Ngafuan do call Samuel to behind the scene to get first-hand knowledge. So let Liberian people get this thing. Whether you want to give him credit or not, Ngafuan do call or Samuel to seek some
Wow.
sort of, yes, consultation. Okay? Whatever Samuel is giving it to him, then that's it. But Samuel always want the country to be at its best. So we know the guy. A genius like Samuel. I said, look, whether before or post-war, I'm yet to see, even on an international standard, when you hear a minister speaking about economy, you will not put Ngafuan close. So for me, it just makes my argument I've been performing for a long time. That's what Samuel remain to be one of the best here from Liberia in the last 20 years. And I can go to any kind of platform to argue anybody with this. But you know, what has been passed into law, how can you just revise it or reverse it? So again, that just speaks to Chokon's point that Ngafuan to some extent is acting out of inept. You understand? Like I always say, Prince, and not everybody that go to school that's educated. And not everybody that go through 4 years of college that are actually able to practice the actualize what he has gone to school for. And Ngafuan, some of the guys who are proving it. Look, Prince, I remember when George Weah and Samuel Tua started bringing up the argument of harmonization. At the time, like you alluded to, Prince, it was a tough time. When every business sectors were pulling out, all mail, you give it up. I mean, everyone. That was the right thing to do at the right time. Otherwise, that country would have collapsed. It takes a brain of a genius to even introduce that at the time. And so some of our people who don't know what the actual harmonization is, or what the actual harmonization means for a country in a rough economy, what harmonization is in a business and economic sector is to force a strategic process to standardize and consolidate separate data process to balance the economy at a time. Because one, the people are not getting paid. There's no money. Before you even talk about standardization, right? Or harmonization, right? You want to look at the country's budget at the time where Liberia was flapping under, when George Weah was just taking over. Now, what is the data that Ngafuan is looking at to say, oh, we're going to reverse this thing? What's the data? Me, I'm all about number. I like to crunch. I like to play with numbers, right? But it's a provocation that this guy is provoking Liberian people. In this kind of time, right? He said, oh, we want to reverse this thing. Meaning, yes, of course, the rich will always want to get richer at this time. But what is the data? What is the framework that Ngafuan has looked at to say we got to reverse this thing? And Prince, I'm telling you, this again is another level of money grabs and stealing. Money grabs and stealing. It's a strategic business argument that these guys are going to puff up. Well, watch what's going to happen with this budget. All kind of loopholes for these guys to steal. And Ngafuan is no exception to it. So my people, that's what it is. Harmonization was simply to just under a George Weah to balance the economy so that everybody can go with something. But it was a rough one. You know, to standardize something, it's hard to balance it. The data, look, it's a data thing that George Weah was dealing with at the time. But we got, I don't want to say a non-score, but we got another guy who's there.
I know, it's just unfortunate. It's just unfortunate. You see, before our brother Jay comes in, when you play politics with science, with actuality, it messed you up. There are certain things you don't just joke with. You don't just carry your politics around. You see, that's why people will always say, you see, when you have people, for example, at the Ministry of Public Works, the Ministry of Education, the Ministry of Health, the Ministry of Finance, Development, Planning, these people have to be competent, able, prepared, and ready for the job. Any time you try to subsidize the qualified technicians in those areas with your political stooges, at the end of the day, it will backfire. And that's what we are seeing today. Look, for example, at the Ministry of Finance. The Ministry of Finance over the period have performed dismally very poor, to the extent that GAC will tell us that Ngafuan then will use almost $100 million, no paper to show, no document. Ngafuan will come on air to tell us, oh, but and I see no document to replace. What? What? To the extent that the budget, that they say budget surplus, according to them, the boast of budget surplus. But at the end of the day, there were hospitals that could not get their own money to run. Schools were in deplorable conditions. For example, look at the road. This man couldn't say he's a technician, he's a technocrat. But look at what is happening in Liberia. These guys have not been able to put anything good as it relates to road down. It is only the project that President Weah completed or President Weah initiated that have paid for the money there that they want to continue with. The $422 million they got in weapon clear, no head, no tape behind it. So you take bunch of desperado and put them in these areas. At the end of the day, who do they glorify? They glorify Joseph Numa Boakai. My brother Jake, let's hear from you.
Yeah, Prince, and then the follow respect again. Prince, I told you people, some over here now. Let me take the argument different form. Prince, it's surprising to you. You're not known, Prince, oh, Liberian people. Even the Ngafuan were bragging. Ngafuan even know what they call bread and butter issue. Let me tell you. Let me tell you something. Can that be obvious here? You not even know what they call the bread and butter issue. That why he said they will bag loaf of bread and with butter, then give it to the Liberian people. Whole finance minister, Prince, why he made that listen to me. Why he made that statement? On reloaded. What is reloaded? That the propaganda arm of them. Whole finance minister, that touching topic, why you cannot call the media institution, all the media, you come on a radio station, somebody from OK, somebody from Bana, somebody from Voice of Liberia, all these people, all the top journalists to come. And you say, listen, this is it. They will ask you the hard question. When you went to, he went to that propaganda channel. So that people, you don't buy into these things. Some all we here now to expose these people. Ngafuan's an accountant. You don't know? He's an accountant. Oh no, now watch. They have budget shortfall. Where will Liberian people, you're feeling forgetting question? And my brother say here, the three top people that early appointed, Burma Kamara, Ngafuan, Amara Kone, you put them together, one man and destroy them. So he went on reloaded, spread a gibberish and propaganda. Okay, they don't part of the reloaded. Liberian people, there's a question we should pose for if they change everything. There's a question we should put to Dylan. Let me ask all the question. Let me ask all the question. Let me ask all the question. During early time before Joy we are there talk about harmonization, they just shot how much the senator they were making and how much representative were making during that tenure. I think, listen, if I'm making mistake, I'm gonna clarify. Senator were making 15,000 a month, represented 10,000. That's the number that I know. So a Ngafuan believe he changed everything around. Liberian people get a wave of Dylan paycheck, 15,000 is a senator. Let him bring that paycheck. No, I'm not talking about paycheck from that street where they can print. No. Real paycheck, they will verify that yeah, we change harmonize, we not go back to the normal thing. Let Dylan show me a 15,000 salary. I'm talking about benefit. The challenge is also Ngafuan. If they change harmonization, the country will crumble. How do we develop? How our develop. Look at our budget. Everything go on salary and expenditure. Oh, we spending $350 million a year. On salary. It says here that 1 point some more billion dollar, 1 point some more billion. The wage bill is heavily high. Then you talk about Ngafuan and a joker. So we wait for them. Me, I like to argue on this kind of things. You will see it in the pudding. If it's a reality, you will see it. But why he went on reloaded? Why he went on it? Why all of them sat down and played the casual? Because nobody was asking questions. Because they all in the same camp. Why you never called? Why you never went to OKFM to say, okay, all journalists, you come. I got news for the country. Because I where this smart guy will come and asking questions. But he go on the propaganda channel reloaded. When they finish working, they tire, then they cajole. Like, how much person watch the reloaded? The reloaded for you, it's a United Party propaganda machine. So all of them are sitting on the Jamia Pia, all of them the Mo Ali that they sit down, the Stephen Jones, all of them that sit down on that particular platform. How do I find that minister? How do I find that minister? It belongs to them. So they in their own, they still govern the country in the propaganda move. They're not into reality yet. I said, Prince, the guys have been naked. The Unity parties crumble already. The boss, don't know what he's doing. The boss doesn't know nothing concerning the Liberian economy. They don't report to him. They're just doing their own thing. They're not in no control. The president is not in control. You saw on SONA. The SONA was one of the biggest flop ever in Liberian history. Flop. F-L-O-P. That was the biggest flop in Liberian history. All over. Everybody got never. We tear it apart. We pull hole all over. Anything that people come up with, we call it king to last and propaganda and gibberish. So to govern that reality, the facing the weight now is not easy. So Ngafuan get more to lie to the Liberian people. He able to change harmonization. He able to turn it around. Well, great analysts, top economists around the world, working with the International Monetary Fund, the World Bank, all of them sat together. They call summit to away. All of the country, they sat with him. Gino the summit to the Economic Forum Garden in the West African region. ADBD, all of them sat with that man. They said it. They put out a general ahead. You didn't, as you said, you didn't think it was just a joke. It didn't was a joke, as you said. A job are going to maintain, job are going to crumble. You're going to develop what you're doing today. All that development we saw. So pray, we bullying who all in Ngafuan and laugh. Why he went on reloaded? Because nobody was asking questions. Nobody. Prince, you mute?
Yeah, I'm muted. Sorry. Thank you so much. Thank you. Chokon, you want to conclude before we move on to the next?
Yeah, so like I was saying, Rose, please be about that one. So, like I was saying, Ngafuan and the rest of the guys, it is up to Liberians now, right? Because for too long, these guys have presented themselves as the elites academically, right?
Mm-hmm.
They have presented that false narrative that we are the educated class, we know it all. I mean, we are the sophisticated one. Liberians are the judge today. For me, I one person, I don't just glorify or praise people, just on the basis of first impression. If somebody comes to me and say, my man, I'm educated, I got degree. I don't be wasting my time listening to that because that thing is something that somebody it can be brought to any school here. Where it's very kind of damaged education system that we have. It is sad. And these are some of the reasons why some people can find it extremely difficult to argue with people like us because it's not like we are bragging about. We don't have the PhD that they have that they can be bragging about. But when we're presenting our arguments, I mean, it's far better than some of them. Why would a man who I don't know how he even solved it at African Development Bank, like Ngafuan. I mean, for you to be saying that, I mean that you revise harmonization is something that was passed into law. I mean, I find it difficult to comprehend. We want to school government window. And you see them on Facebook. The one that I call the educated people, oh, you see it, we see it now. These guys are very done. We these guys are not educated at all. If you ever think or ever been believing that these guys are educated, you need to have a 360 thing around, but these guys are not educated. That I can say. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Let me play this. When our Honorable Samuel Tue, that is the finance minister, participated, in an investment discussion, the European Union investment discussion.
We have children across Africa still memorizing boring subjects that will not matter for them in their livelihood or in their job search for 12 years. This is a waste of intellectual capacity. That has to change. But how do we do that? We need to change curricula. We can't be operating in this 21st century technology economy and drawing on 1960 curricula for our schools. That has to change. This is what we mean by investment in human capital. The quality of teachers. So I make this case because a lot of the money we get in official development assistance goes to the social sector. Economic infrastructure has received about 20% over the last 50 years. The social sector has gotten 40%, twice that. But what is the return on that investment? That's the question we're asking. Even though we're spending more money on health and education, even though we invest more money there, what is the commensurate return we see such that we have better teachers, we have students who are able to read at grade level. I mean, we have students who have strong mathematically, who can then go and develop the engineering profiles and develop jobs that matter for the population, the transition that we see. Unless we do this policy shift, we're not going to see human capital transformation. We can't. And so I would expect a strong recommendation coming from these deliberations.
Now, I want to stop here. Investment in human capital. President Weah Pro agenda was basically then explained by Honorable Tue. That where we are over the period of time, Liberia has been at the disadvantaged end. We have the resources. We have the diamond, the gold, whatever you can think about. But unfortunately, with all of the resources that we have, it has not been equivalent, or it has not really contributed much towards building our human resource capacity. For example, we boast of back in the days, we were the number one when it comes to iron ore or rubber. But how many persons do we have? I mean, how many scientists did we train as Liberians that will be able to turn or to add value to that particular rubber and turn it into tire? Turn it into, for example, slippers. Turn it into different things. We boast of us having, once upon a time, the largest iron ore deposit. But at the end of the day, were we able to train people that today in Liberia, these people are producing their own steel raw, etc., different iron stuff? Even car body, or let's just say car lesson plate, or even oil bucket, with all that we have. So the plan of President Weah was to ensure that it is not just investing, but invest in the people. And we saw what President Weah did, his policy. He looked at the education sector and said, look, for a very long time, this sector has been at the disadvantaged end. What do? Let's invest into these people's life. Let it not be just talk, but let it be the tangible. And we saw the scholarship programs, the tuition-free programs. We saw the building of TVET institutions across Liberia. We saw President Weah sending Liberians, young Liberians abroad to go and learn in the TVET sector, mechanic, carpentry, etc. The videos are here. I always play the videos. What did he do? He sent doctors away and said, look, we must have specialists. I remember some time ago in Liberia, we used to have just one boom doctor, one eye doctor. If you don't see that Okpodo, you not forget it. Then me, you got to go Ghana now. You got to go another country. So what President Weah did? Yeah, unmute yourself. You want to say something, Jake? Jake, unmute yourself.
Sorry.
Go ahead. Unmute yourself. You are on mute.
I said, Boakai, 10,000 students in Nakamba, the digital student in Nakamba. But say 2 years now.
So at the end of the day, we saw President Weah sending out doctors to be trained in specific areas. What we were able to observe was we saw the building of infrastructure that contributed towards the economy, like for example, the building of markets, giving people loans and etc. Paying our children WAS fees, which led to a significant improvement in their performance in WAS.
Yes.
But unfortunately, under this particular BM government,
they feel it.
Such is not happening. Such is not happening. Our children continue to perform dismally under these people. But my brother, this leads me to the question, and I want to start from our brother Leo. President Boakai's SONA message, he talks about, he highlighted progress. But unfortunately, this man could not show us a single data where progress can be displayed in actuality, where the people's life, because when you talk about progress, it must reflect in the people's life. We must see the improvement in people's life. There must be a shift of the economy that will affect the common people. But Mr. Boakai talked about the issue of progress and progress and progress. But Liberians are not feeling the impact of this particular theory in how you call progress they're talking about. How do you respond to the concern about, this administration clarity? Do you really have clarity? Let's hear from you, sir.
Prince, just 1 second here. When I listen to Ngafuan, not Ngafuan, but I listen to Samuel Tuer, right? I can sit here for 1-2 hours and just listen. Look, it's different between somebody who knows what he is saying versus somebody who's talking trash. This is Samuel Tuer, who was at the CIE Africa Summit. You understand? The CIE Africa Summit. Look at the class and caliber of people Samuel Tuer addressing. One of the phrases that caught me, and I wrote it down. One of the phrases that caught me, he said, we have to stop the practice of 1960. That has to stop.
Yes.
A command. There's no argument. After that, people clap.
Yes.
PhD holders, those are doctorate, those are you. Who's saying you, Ngafuan? But I will not go there. I will not go there. No.
La première que c'est ma maman, yay.
I can sit here and listen to Samuel Tuer all day because the board know how to. I was just talking about numbers. Any country who is blessed with a Samuel Tuer using wisely, your country is good. Use him wisely. And I thank God for our George Manuel Weah, who recognize that this man with Liberia will be better.
Yes.
I mean, I was just smiling when I heard the guy, when I was listening to that guy talk. But let me go to your question, my brother. Are you really asking me if a GMB got to show the I mean, if you just repeat your question for me, I got excited, please. Please.
Oh, talking about the papier SONA.
I was saying,
the papier SONA.
Yeah. You wanted, you actually want JMB to show you or to speak to the hardship of the country. I'm just trying to paraphrase if I heard your question clearly. Please, if JMB must show anything to the people, any kind of data, you know what the data is? Go to the streets of Monrovia. Take the guys with the cameras. Let them go. They will show you what the actual data is. Go to a JFK or video we just show. That's a data. This lying government who has lied to... Look, hey man, the Bible speak about can anything good come from Jerusalem? In this time, what do we expect to come out of Liberia, brother? Well, I mean, with our people, there is a hard thing for us to say, but it's not reality. If JMB must show the people the actual data for his book, that was made up. You know, it's easy to lie, but to prove it's hard, eh? It's easy to just draw dribbles from your mouth, but when they call you to come and sign for it, it's hard. You want to know what the actual data is? I bet you. Let's take our cameras right now. Go to Freeport. See, young men are trying to hustle their way. That's the data. Go to Driver Market. Go to West Point Market. See people. Look, the old man who used to make it under a George Weah government, when they tell you, say a basket, 10 basket of fishes were sold. Now to even sell one, that's the data I will collect from there and tell JMB, say, you a liar. This is my data. Go to JFK right now. See the people that are lying on the ground, trying to make it just to another day. Then you talk about, I'm gonna show you, or JMB must prove or data, my brother. The people who can lie, even stay in the church and lie. The people who let me speak to Yaga Koruba voice, who say he just angry, he mad at nobody. But Tamabudo who were having a, I will not go there. But you know, my brother, the papi guy ain't got nothing to show us. He ain't got nothing to show us. The papi has no data. You heard his minister went and try to do or correction, damage control. Say, oh, the president was making mistake. The president, that's all. There's no data for these things, Prince. You know how we call it? It's garbage in, garbage out. You get me? Garbage I produce garbage. It's garbage out. I'm sorry. You get a paper nonsense, the paper produce nonsense. Then my brother, my little brother on the show asking me when the paper must show me data. Please, it's a disservice to the people. I'm telling you. Let the paper go to the funeral home right now. You will see data there. People who just die for starvation, period. Look, please, let me before I digress here, right? I watch a young men and women. And this is not to say that it wasn't happening then, but now the whole situation has so. My brother Trokon, the young men and women who are sleeping in the grave now is so comfortable. It's a lifestyle. It has become a lifestyle. And JMB say, I will not see no young people in the street. Prince, man, take your word from me, my brother. Say something about the paper you will not let.
Thank you. Let's go to our brother Trokon. Let's go to our brother Trokon. Our brother Trokon, with this issue of President Boakai's SONA, he talk of all of the big things, but unfortunately, we are yet to see the data. We are yet to see these numbers being actualized on people's life. Employment, nothing. You're talking about the education sector, the students, they are still sitting on ground. I get some deplorable videos here of some schools. Honor Joseph Newman Boakai. But when you talk, they will tell you, say, well, Angel, we were there. Forgetting to know that they told us that President we could not do it, they could do it better, and they have come to us. But for each time you raise the issue, and President we were there, let's hear from you, my brother. This Joseph Newman Boakai, where are the data? Where are the data?
I want to say things. I hope I'm clear.
Yeah, you are clear.
Yeah, TMB just carry his current, so I'm using torchlight now. My battery will be running off very soon. So the first thing I'm gonna register here is that the public just completed the first speech. You can recall on Inauguration Day, the speech didn't end. So this gone SONA, we completed our speech. So he owed us 2 years speech, or 2 speeches. So let that be clear. Responding to the different misinformation, hypocrisy spread out by Mr. Boakai, I will say this to you. Before Boakai could address the nation on his SONA, we issue a statement. We call on Boakai. We earmark all of Boakai projects. Boakai done some projects, and we earmark them. But in our mind, it is far below a presidential project. I mean few. One, The cell phone booth, or the police booth or something, the Sinkor Junction. That booth is no more. Can you recall that booth, Mr. Sherry? I hope you follow it.
Yeah, yeah.
Police booth. The police booth, when Gregory Komoto Boakai said that police booth are going to be built. In fact, Gregory Komoto said they were producing 3,000 pieces. You will not find policemen standing in the street because the police booth so sophisticated, get camera, everything on it. In fact, since 1822, that the first time we to have 6 camera police booth. In fact, the police book have camera, the police will just be the officer looking at the car, the motorbike, they get it passing on the TV, they be looking at it. When you buy with me, they see a picture, then they issue you all kind of drama they explain. That other project was on fly. So we stole him a bit. Don't talk about that police booth because that police booth is one of the projects where you're not living again. The next project Boakai did was the info yard. We issue a statement on that. Yeah, in Babulu. Yes. We said, Mr. President, Hempon is not even represented well. These are community chairman-based projects. For example, if you are chairman in your community, you Hempon, you post celebrative. You can take a Hempon project as way high as the presidency. No, Papa, you can reduce our presidency that low. Please don't talk about Hempon. And the budget about Hempon, say you build a Hempon, we're in 3 days time, the Hempon broke down, there was no water coming to the pool of Babulu. Put and say, if you ever say your iron for your carry, you get build a heavy concrete and say, you give all water, but we just look at it not producing water. So, these are projects, these 2 projects will issue statement on it, so the president to mention it in solar. So, what else do you expect Boakai to talk? Because at the only project Boakai that it not exists again. It's not. It is dead. So, I mean, I was not surprised because he has done nothing. He has done nothing. So, we are not stupid. Look, we have citizen journalists here. People are everywhere with smartphones in their hands. If, for example, if you say you give, say, for example, in my community, is it current to Logan Town, for example? The people for Logan Town will be the one to be telling say they get current. Now you are in the government will be telling the post in Logan Town get current. We are enjoying the current. We will explain about you can't tell it. So there are no. It is difficult to lava in government. It is difficult. Because the citizen will be the one to testify to what they are enjoying or not. And so to be government, you are going to be your office, everybody is looking down enjoying. This is the first time in our entire country history for a president to speak. Everybody dealing with the president. People angry at every street corner. And it was so embarrassing because at his age, to be lying like that, it was embarrassing. So that's the country that we have when we shall read. That's the country that we have. We got to be in there for the next 3 or 4 years. That's the country that we have. We turn this country over to a man that has zero understanding about his leadership. They may not even want to be a community chairman. Need to talk about a president. Amen. But that's part of the reason I conclude. That's part of the reason why the world classify us as one of those people. I think we are the second or the first group of people that the world classify to have the lowest IQ. Because the way we do our comprehension, the decision that we take. Take for example, Dallas, Sherry, most of our country is the most educated country in the whole country. You look at it, a 3rd grade student and say, can go represent all I know, bro. Amen. See that kind of embarrassment. And you hear people knocking the chair, educated. You are not educated because the men are representing you in 3rd grade and imply that you're the most educated person. If the 3rd grade man can represent you, tell me can you tell anybody say we are here with their PhD? No, it is implied that he's the most educated person, he's the worst person in our town. For the part of matter, you can look out here and being your leader, let me know everybody. That's why the president said the entire something to say the excellency. That the excellency is a title. It's an acknowledgement that you know plenty of things. But that's the country that we have. So the war was not wrong to refer to Liberia as one of those people or as the number one country in the world with the lowest accuracy. Because of the kind of decision we take, look at Boakai that I told you, they might let them, they might let them, and it was to manage it. You say the whole country left, or more than 5 million people take out managing for all. And you think we know more? That's the country that we have. Thank you.
Thank you so much. My brother Jake, let's hear from you on this.
Let me just wrap this not staying on a particular topic because
sure.
I know you siding with the Unity Party now. You're talking about Prince, everybody know the SONA was a flop. Okay, let me just dive into this quick. Yeah. Prince, who the president, you will remember, let me remind followers. The president appointed the vice president to hear the bread and butter issue. You remember that message he made? He made a speech. He said, "Oh, I appointed Jeremiah Kun to hear the bread and butter issue." Where is the bread and butter issue? You don't see them talking about the bread and butter issue. The bread and butter issue, one of the main issues they used to talk about. Until Ngafuan, I don't know what they call bread and butter issue. Say they will put bread together and butter, they'll buy and share with Liberian people. And some people can say they were mocking Liberian people. No, you're not mocking Liberian people. You don't know the right definition they call the bread and butter issue. To tell you the truth, but Liberian people say, "Oh, you are mocking," or you couldn't define it as a finance minister to say there is a bread and butter issue we are solving. There is the bread and butter issue. You can't go there because you made a lot of mistakes. Like how he went on and reloaded. But let me tell you something. The only thing I want for Chokon to do in the country for me, and Chokon must keep eye on it, please, brother. They finished breaking down for the justice complex. The president said he inaugurated in a SONA message to the Liberian people. They sounded the whole project, a blueprint. They say, "Chokon must keep your eye on it." The day they started construction, we won't see. We finish breaking down, breaking ground. There's nothing to stop it now. They said they $20 million. The project is about $20 million. Probably they finish having that money already. We don't know the source of that money. We don't know how they secure that money quick. So, brother, you must keep eye on that project, yeah. Because in February, probably we'll start the project in March or in February. Rainy season coming. So that project will delay. Let me tell you something. Why I know the government is naked. I told you people. Tomorrow now, today, we'll start believing that prophet, that godly man, because Liberian people say they are a godly country, but they can be in that of God until the calamity hit the nation. If you look at the country, calamity hitting that country. If you see the root of the United Party, they don't have vision. God blind. You must take out your political hat. You are not believing God or the Quran. God blinded this man. They don't see vision of the land. They in disarray. All the people that were sitting aside watching George Weah, they came to power now. They blind. Something covered up. So they covered their faces. They can see nothing happening in the country for them. So let me tell you something. That you will know that the government will not make it for true. I finished analyzing something in the country. The first branch of government got it on fire through that surrogate. The first branch of government, you saw the SONA why it went wrong. They bail of pouring red in that seas. Why they couldn't renovate it? Why they couldn't spend money to renovate the first branch of government? The people that got it on fire. In some country, it will take them 6 months or 3, 4, 5 months. Rapid development, rapid renovation. Chokon. So these people, if you look at the Unity Party, if you look at a real from early days, they don't calculate. They don't call it spade or spade. They don't know how to develop. Look at the first branch of government. Chokon, let me remind you, the executive mansion got it on fire long time. Ellen sat down to that particular, Ellie took the mantle of authority. She knew about that executive mansion. She told the Liberian people, we should break the executive mansion now for the hour, I will rebuild it. She sat and she went at the foreign ministry for 12 good years. Who came to power to renovate the seat of the executive mansion, the presidency, the whole era? It's the genius of George Weah. In that time, the Boakai was vice president. They allocated millions of dollars to renovate the executive mansion. They ate that money. George Weah came to power. He renovated the executive mansion. Our 200th anniversary, the existence of Liberia, when the Black Caucus from America came for the Democrat side, the old man they ordered them. They celebrated Ellen Johnson Salid. How she was a heavy hypocrite. They mansion to demean and lie on and say they will destroy it. She came on and let her go make it a lot of time. George Weah invited her. You saw how the videos are there. She marched to see that 200th anniversary. To tell you all the thing that the people can. When I say the naked, the very naked. That propaganda not working anymore. That lies. As he said, Chokon, as he governed the country, you cannot lie. As he said, every citizen in the country that journalists balance said, they will take all that smartphone. You beating somebody here, they will do it. Everything we're seeing there now. It's not only like you're all part of the war. They get citizen journalists now. They're recalling something going viral up and down. Like how the war exists now. So you cannot come to power too loud. They don't know how to develop. So Chokoma, only team apply key abo on the justice complex. The day they were to start it, you can do your citizen something and say, oh, Jake, yeah, or they don't start it. They will not start at the manager keep it down there. So Prince, the SONA was for flop. So please, tomorrow we come by here again. Anytime we shouldn't be talking about the SONA. Was the greatest flop in Liberian history, the SONA at the president.
Thank you so much. I want us to talk on this, and we can do this in our closing.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm confused because Liberia is the only country on the planet Earth where drivers are required to have 2 different driver licenses from 2 different institutions. The Ministry of Transport issuing her own, going on the street arresting people for not having your own driver license. The Liberia traffic management, also has people out there with police arresting driver for not having their own driver license. At the end of the day, where are we heading with the whole thing here, my brother Chokon? Are you on the traffic on a daily basis? Where people going? Where Joseph Newman Boakai carrying us? One country with 2 institutions are giving people lessons. Each driver with 2 different licenses in their pocket. So you reach when LNT men arrest you, you show it. Then when you go on the other side, when Ministry of Finance people arrest you, you show it.
We get greater library Morovia now.
Yeah, Greater Liberian Morovia. Yeah, you remind me of that. Almost time where people they do all kind of detail on the other side. So on the other side, is it they get where you used to get JJ Rabba and Liberty. I think JJ Rabba and Liberty. My brother Chokon, where we are with this whole thing here. What is going on in that country? What's getting wrong with Boakai and his people? I'm sorry, unmute yourself.
Yeah, hello, am I clear?
Yeah.
Yeah, in my closing, my battery almost off. So, in my closing, that's the country that we have. I mean, when they inside the guys, I see the guys are a bunch of rules. The guys are criminals. Sherry, you know what the guy did from the beginning? They pretended like the guys from the LTM and the Ministry of Transport were inconsistent. And then when they cajoled those guys from the Ministry of Transport and put them in the street, the minister told them, put there, I'm not into what LTM thing.
Yeah, I told you, yeah.
I gotta put there. See, when he cajoled those people, then they went in the street. Correct me, mom. beat those people, mothers and fathers. So here they using the taking people this. They beat the people that are their own ministry for protesting. Like in the laboratory money. Then they went to the Capitol building. They go where they reduce people. Initially people say, oh, the transport minister in favor of the legitimate institution which is the Ministry of Transport. You we have to set the stage. We have to set the stage for most students. Sherry, if you got Kaya now, you got to create another space for 2 sets of lesson plates. Meaning the LTN lesson plate, you got to school it on the car and you also school the Ministry of Transport lesson plate.
Yeah, one in the front, one in the back.
Two now. No, normally when you pay for the lesson, the lesson plate they can give you one in the back, one in the front. Next come around, it will be 4. So 2 in the front, 2 in the back. So when LTN see you, he can look at your car. When you see an LTN lesson plate, there is a car park. When Ministry of Transport see you, you see a lesson plate in the car park. So each car now will be carrying 2 sets of lesson plates. The same way with the driver lesson. You gotta got 2 driver lessons. Your self document, your self registration document gotta be. Look, it is embarrassing. It is, and let me tell you, they're doing it on purpose, so don't see they don't know what they are doing.
Yeah, but the citizen are lying there, the driver they are lying there, Choco.
They are in.
Let's Choco, sorry. You say come Choco, you what they want to say, oh, driver my tape, the thing. They stealing the people their money, all the keke, the whole country can't come together and black that country for 1 good week, nobody transport. Do you say, oh, CDC Mokan? So the argument here is that how they will see the kind of thing they know they can protest in the country.
So, for me, I even though I'm doing my best, I'm mobilizing, I'm talking to the driver, we are having different conversations with the drivers because they are the ones mainly accepted from this policy because as institution, we are giving our people direct instruction that they will never ever register their motorcycle until Joe Biden government can leave on power. That is a resolution that we have agreed to. The government so work for us, and we will not get an inch for them to continue the stealing. So that has been put to rest, and we will not register our motorbike. But we are working with the drivers because it is sad. I mean, it is embarrassing. Why would you have your country and you have group of people just stealing for your citizens? And Greg Como is siding with the laboratory traffic management. And, you know, because they're what he getting the elephant portion of share of the city money that they are getting from the citizens. You getting it? Since now the Ministry of Transport people are left they got their own agency in the field, they can put a phone in the street, they stop your car, or they stop your motorbike ticket. You got to show your full document. When you show laboratory traffic management document, they will issue you ticket and say you do wrongful registration. Then you go pay that penalty. Government cover before you come back to the ministry and do your new registration. And it seems on the other hand, when LTN people borrow you and you show them Ministry of Transport document, they will issue you ticket or fine you, and you go pay to their office. For LTN part, they can't deal with bank. They can't deal with bank. Everybody tell them party. You go straight to the office, you get that money, you get your document. No, they got better. Straight to the point, and almost like you have somebody so and you're passing around at the beginning, you're probably so open, you're going to go to the one, I don't go to the yeah. So for LTM people, they didn't get banked. For the Ministry of Transport, they get banked, the guy you pay the but for the LTM people, that one about when they say we are beer now, they running there. So that's the country that we
thank you.
And Liberians need to wake up because it is sad. I mean, you can't have our country, it is shameful.
Thank you so much.
Nationality because it is too shameful to see my country in a form and manner. It is embarrassing. If you find Nigeria, all the foreign nationals walking or playing food, it is embarrassing.
Thank you so much. Let's hear from my brother Leo. My brother Leo, 2 driver licenses in one country, 2 different license plates on one vehicle. Let's hear from you. Where are we? Where are we going? With these people that brag of experience, that brag of the expertise to make things happen, how come that we are retrogressing and so fastly? How? Let's hear from you, sir.
Again, Prince, this is a country that has 2 presidents. Where the president who was overwhelmingly voted for relinquish his power to his VP, say, and you go take care of the bread and butter people, the bread and butter issue for the people. So you got 2 presidents in the country. The one who was legitimately voted for on paper and the one who must do the work. So don't be surprised. I told you the last time, in a country of like Liberia where the Department of Transportation cannot issue one paper and be legitimate enough, but to back it up with a second paper, that's the issue. Prince is money grab for, it's a sub branch under the ministry that, okay, you all get a license and we can get issued a plate. And that plate money goes to few guys outside. I mean, they work within the entity, they work within the division, they work within the organization, but they are getting money away from the organization. Now, how can the Ministry of Transportation even work freely when you got sub branches? Yeah? Like my brother just said, this is not going to work better. But in my closing, look, I don't expect anything good to come out of these guys. Okay, the guys who will enrich themselves by the way of the Ministry of Transport, they are doing that undercover. As a matter of fact, it's in plain sight, because if I can give you 2 licenses, 2 plates, who's asking question? Like Detroit said, you give it to me, I just go use it. Who's asking question here? But let me do my closing, Prince. Let me first of all thank you for the opportunity. Let me thank our listening audience. It's been good to have them. And let's share the message. But in my closing here video, in my closing here statement, there's a video that's making round. You're mute. There's video that making round.
Go ahead.
And I sent to you, Prince, about our speaker. I will not speak to it. I will hope that we can gather here some other day or some other time, because it's very damaging for our state of for our country. I want you to watch it if you are not, but it's very damaging. Also, there is a video passing around where a police officer, I think it might have been yesterday or today, killed a woman, beat her with a stick. I'll assume that we may have all seen it. Again, this is our country. Whilst there are some people who are praying better to come out of this country, there are some people who just say, you know what, they will destroy the country, and the country is going down at a fast rate. In my closing, we will keep on doing our best we can. I should be on a focus on during the next couple of minutes. Oh my God, it's been good to be here with you again. This is Liberia for us. We are here not because we want to waste time, but we took time from our different job places and to be here. So again, we are doing the Liberian people's work. I will do this anytime, anything. To the general, I want to say thank you to Detroit. I want to say thank you to Choker, my brother. Keep doing what you're doing for the people. For me today, you are my hero. I'll continue to respect you because you fought for a life, even though that life was lost. But the man behind, the reason why the attention was brought to that video is you. So I salute you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, my brother. Let's go to Jake. And the video that you just talked about, sorry. I have that video here that I'm going to play. But my brother Jake, let's hear from you. Here's the video where this guy, oh my people, look at this wickedness. This is broad day wickedness. This is witchcraft attitude. Look here. When the nation is lawless, look at him. He knocked him. Yes. Yes.
Yes. A police officer.
A police officer. He has signed with the speaker. With deputy speaker, sorry. He He has signed with the deputies to do it. Let me take this one here before Facebook. Yeah, my brother Jake, it's over to you.
He has signed with Tomo Fala.
Yeah.
Yes, let me close. Let me remind you. Let me remind the followers. Me, I quit to think out of the box. Prince, I think you will call our woman name good for me. Charles D.B. Candace's a granddaughter, Hilary, what kind of king? At a radar king, eh? Pretty mute. What her name? You know the name better than me. What that king woman name?
Agirele King.
Yeah, Agirele King. Well, other than what they were down in one with Joseph Baga. Let me ask you a tough question here, Chokon. Are the United Party ready for interim government? Are they playing a role for an interim government to take over because they don't want for CDC to take power? Listen, I know what I'm talking, yo. Prince, all these things that are going on, the country is in serious disarray. The president of the Republic of Liberia that were elected by the people as is claim. Why not involving to put stop to all these things that will lead to mayhem in the country? You know what I'm trying to say? Chokon, look at all our 2 lessons say tomorrow and verify something. Chokon, look at these 2 lessons for anybody. If they get chips on that lesson, they get something. Every ID car around the world now, BA travel lesson, and they cars, it kind of thing. They got to get chips only, chips inside that thing, and where all your data station. Look at that 2 lesson. If that 2 lesson, especially look at the LTM lesson. If they don't have chip, Liberia bound to doom. That fraudulent lesson, that Liberty boarding, Hezbollah boarding, they coming to overtake your whole country. They're preparing for all kind of clandestine. We in the corridor of that country, you saw police breaking new guns, new arms. They should scare the Liberian people. Let me tell you something here. If the citizen print, if the citizen seeing the country seeing 2 lessons, especially so they get driver union, they get truck union, they get keke president, they get tricycle president, motorbike people, all these people that plow our street. So they will sit down there, they take millions of dollars from them to undertake that complex, to undertake the justice complex, to finance that justice complex. So all of them will sit down. They will not force and say, oh, now to carry awareness to the president, if the president not in the know. To what kind of country you have seen these things happening? I told you from the beginning here, Prince. The transport minister know about all these things are happening. They know, they deeply involved. If they're not involved, you will resign. Why cannot resign? Why you cannot resign? So other than equal, they just blind the Liberian people. But Prince, they fight. It left with them. It left with the transport people in the country. Those are having vehicles that were flying the street. If they won't pay that money, it left with them. If they're ready zero, they will stop every 3-5 days. Serious protests in the country. They're not coming on the street, they just stop every vehicle. Then the government, then the country will then the president will intervene. That's my own statement in my closing here. But when they sit down, they won't pay that $20 million complex. That's why they're preparing for all to look at the $14 million from the motorcyclists. So what they will do, they will take more than 15 to 18 or 20. They will get the money and build the justice complex. For me, that's what they won't do. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much, my brother. So, fellow Liberians, we want to thank each and every one of you for coming on live. We really appreciate you. To just give you an information while we all get ready, The CDC USA is preparing for her national convention, and that convention will be in June. It will be in June of this particular year. Let me just share it with you here. Let me share it with you here. See if we can have it done right here. Just bear with me. Let me just bring you what I have here. Okay, fine. So here is it. The CDC USA will be having her convention, and that particular convention will be held in June. And the
Oh, but
convention will be
the president will be there with you here in America.
Yeah, definitely. The president
Yeah, I think
will
the
be there
the work will be on.
Yeah, from the 24th to the 28th.
Oh wow.
So if you are a seditious, get yourself prepared. Get yourself prepared. It's going to be a wonderful time. We're going to be there for 4 days. It's not going to
Wow.
be our usual convention that we just go to and leave from there. It's going to be a wonderful time because His Excellency President Dr. George Manneh Weah will be there, and he's going to be spending time with his people. I mean, we're going to be having a wonderful time, a great interaction. So Seditians, Weahians, supporters of His Excellency President Dr. George Manneh Weah, let us all get ready as we, gear towards moving to PA, that is Pennsylvania, in the month of June. And it's going to be a wonderful time. So until we meet again, that is it. Have yourself a wonderful time, and bye from my end.
Yeah, bye-bye.
We want to encourage those who want to remain corrupt and steal money, that I beg them. The money should be used to bless our people. Thank you and God bless.